Welcome to the Enchanted Lighthouse, where every week magical stories and new adventures await. Join our group of 7 wonderful animal friends as they bring tales about friendship, mystery, and wonder to life. From unexpected guests to heartfelt conversations under the moonlit sky, each story holds a gentle truth. We are so glad that you are here. Now let us begin. Lumi and the Waterlily Pond. A different path beneath the stars. The night had settled softly around Aurora's watch. The lighthouse beam turned in its slow, steady rhythm, casting golden arcs across the quiet sea. Inside, most of the friends had already drifted into rest, wrapped in blankets and dreams. But Lumi was awake. She moved quietly through the lighthouse, her shell catching faint reflections of starlight, and made her way down to the water's edge. Tonight felt clear, perfect for charting the stars. Lumi slipped into the ocean, the water cool and familiar, and began her gentle swim. Above her, the sky stretched wide and endless, filled with constellations she knew like old friends. She followed them as she always did. But after a while something shifted. A current she didn't usually take. A path she had never followed before. Then, calmly she continued. Just a little further, she murmured. The hidden pond. The water grew quieter as she swam. The gentle pull of the ocean softened into stillness. Then, suddenly the world opened. Lumi surfaced. She found herself in a calm, hidden pond, tucked away from the open sea. All around her, water lilies floated like small islands. White, pink, soft violet, and even a few glowing faintly gold in the moonlight. The surface of the pond was smooth as glass, reflecting the stars, so clearly it felt like drifting between 2 skies. Lumi blinked slowly. Oh, she whispered. She had never seen anything like it. Drifting and forgetting time. Lumi turned gently onto her back. She let the water hold her. The lilies drifted softly around her, brushing lightly against her shell as she floated between them. Above her, the stars shimmered. Below her, the reflection shimmered back. It felt as though she were suspended between 2 worlds. For once, she didn't reach for her charts. She didn't measure, or map, or trace patterns. She simply drifted. The scent of the water lilies was soft and calming. The night air was still. Her thoughts slowed, then softened, then opened. Ideas began to rise, not in neat lines like star maps, but in colors, feelings, and quiet connections. This feels like a painting, she murmured. Or a story, or something she didn't yet have words for. Time passed, but Lumi didn't notice. The gentle return. At some point, the sky began to change. The deep blue softened. The first hints of morning touched the horizon. Lumi blinked slowly. Oh, she turned her head. The stars were fading. I've been here all night, she realized. But instead of worry, she felt something else. Calm. Full. As if something inside her had quietly grown. She turned back toward the narrow passage that had led her there, and began the slow swim home. The lighthouse beam was still turning when she returned, waiting, guiding. A morning full of light. The next morning the lighthouse kitchen was warm and full of gentle sounds. Zoe was setting out breakfast. Hazel sorted through her acorns. Milo lounged on the windowsill. Seppi tapped his spoon impatiently. When Lumi entered, everyone looked up. "You're glowing," Seppi said. "A little more than usual," Milo added with a grin. Lumi smiled softly and settled down with them. "I found something," she said. That got everyone's attention. "A new star?" Hazel asked. "A secret cave?" Seppi guessed. "A hidden snack?" Milo added. Lumi shook her head gently. "A pond," she said, "full of water lilies, hidden beyond the usual currents." The room grew quiet. Sharing the feeling. Lumi described everything. The still water, the colors of the lilies, the way the stars reflected so clearly it felt like floating in the sky itself. "And I didn't chart anything," she added. Theo tilted his head slightly. "No charts?" Lumi smiled. "No charts, no measuring. I just stayed." Zoe nodded slowly. "That sounds peaceful." "It was," Lumi said. "And something else." She paused, searching for the right words. "It gave me ideas. Not the kind I usually have. Different ones. Softer. Wider." Milo raised an eyebrow. "The good kind of different?" Lumi nodded. "The kind that makes you want to try new things." Hazel's tail flicked with interest. "Like new lantern designs." "And new recipes," Zoe added gently. "And new dives," Seppi said. They all laughed. A quiet realization. Later that day, Lumi returned to the window with her charts. But something had shifted. She still loved the stars, still followed their patterns. But now, her lines were softer, her thoughts more open. She added something new to the edge of the map. Not a constellation, not a direction, just a small drawing, a circle of water lilies, a quiet reminder. The pond within. That evening, as the lighthouse glowed warmly, Lumi sat with the others. She didn't feel rushed, or pulled, or responsible for knowing everything. Instead, she felt balanced. As if the stillness of the pond had stayed with her, Theo watched her for a moment and smiled. "Sometimes," he said softly, "the paths we don't plan lead us exactly where we need to be." Lumi nodded. "I think I needed that place," she said. "And now," Zoe added gently, "it is part of you." Every story has something to teach us. What did we learn today? We have learned that when we follow our interests, even just a little, we can discover new places, ideas, and feelings. Taking time to drift, to explore, and to simply be can give us new energy, fresh inspiration, and a deeper sense of calm. And sometimes, the most beautiful discoveries happen when we're not looking for anything at all. Thank you for stopping by here today. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and don't forget to come back next week for a brand new adventurous story. Want to learn more about the magical tenants who live here? Visit enchantedlighthouse.com for a mystical map, creative artwork, and a few special gifts. Until then, be kind and share your light. See you next time.